biased, but I like my Arizona Cardinals more. I think they're a more well-rounded team than the Atlanta Falcons to squeak into the playoffs this year in the NFC.
Cardinals, you say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that team.
Cardinals, eh?
They are a team in the NFL. A lot of people forget about that, but certainly not me.
How about a little bit of Arizona Cardinals here in the break room? Kurt Warner, the man who led the Cardinals to the Super Bowl. Was this close of winning the Cardinals Super Bowl if it wasn't for Ben Roethlisberger throwing one of the best balls of all time and Santonio Holmes catching one of the best catches of all time?
Thanks, Dom.
The situation, like the moment, it's one of the best throws and catches of all time. But Kurt Warner, so close to being a 3-time Super Bowl champion. It was for Tom Brady. Tom Brady was an underdog. I know that seems like a long time ago, but it was true. Tom Brady was an underdog before. With the Adam Vinatieri field goal, and then, of course, the James Harrison pick six before half, and then the Roethlisberger. But Kurt Warner, we don't have too many guys here in the break room who have a movie made after them. We got a couple guys who might have a couple cameos in movies, but not a movie made after. Maybe Vince Papale in the Ann Moore section somewhere, but we don't have a Vince Papale speed flex.
I was literally, it was on the tip of my tongue of Vince Papale.
We do have Vince Papale. Yeah.
I pulled a Vince Papale a couple days ago in the Ann Moore, so I forget if that was a mini or a jersey. I think it was a jersey, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back on the winners and take a look at that, but you know what? I'm going to let's take a look at that right now, actually.
Seeing if we're on in YouTube. I'm getting on the chat.
Where's Mr. Papale?
I'm double checking if we're good on YouTube because I'm seeing in the chat. Guys in the comments, can you let us know if we're having any issues on YouTube?
I got a notification when we went live for YouTube, so.
Let's see. Okay, I see us right now. Are we on live? Are we moving? It says we're live. I think we're good. All right. It says we're live. Let us know, guys. If you're in the chat, I'm going to say hi. See if that pops up in the chat, 'cause I don't see anything. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try to fix this really fast. It says we're streaming on here. All right, let's see. Maybe give it a couple.
Did the OBS?
No, the OBS is good. Just that the YouTube is Guys, if you have any issues on YouTube, if you can hear us right now, I would recommend switching to Twitch or Facebook if you can. I don't know why we're having issues with the YouTube. I'll try to fix that for you guys. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, and if you guys are tuning in here on this Sunday morning, feel free to drop some Sunday predictions or just your Sunday activities, what you got going on as well. How are you enjoying your football Sunday coming up? Hopefully it's with us here in the break room. So we got shows coming up at noon. I'll be once again back with Dom at the noon show, and then we have our 3 and 6 o'clock shows as well. I will be on the 3 o'clock show here today as well. So feel free to just drop some score predictions or how you're going to be spending your Sunday. So just getting an update as well for you guys in the break room right now. So we're making some progress on the jerseys and the minis. So we got 5 spots each left in both of those bad boys. So those are our least expensive rooms to get into. $29 to get yourself into a jersey break, and $52 to get yourself into that Wildcat mini helmet series.
Yes. Justin Jefferson still out there in that Wildcat mini Rondé Barber. We have 5 boxes to go, 2 headliners, but we got a couple spots taken in that game day series. That is a fresh new series. Every box, every fantasy indicator is available, guys. Let's not forget about this fresh new series. Now, it tells me here that YouTube is working. So, guys, if you're having any issues on YouTube, please let us know. But, see, it says here streaming. It says we got 3 viewers, so I'll take that. I'll pretend that it's working. But if it's not, if you guys have any issues with YouTube where the chat's not working, I recommend switching over to Twitch or Facebook. But hopefully that YouTube, I just think it's the chat that's not working. I see us that we're still live. But we'll give that a couple minutes. All right. So, guys, what do you want to do? Here's that fresh new series. Jamar Chase, you want him in fantasy football, right? I'm guessing if you have him in fantasy football, you had the first pick in your draft. CeeDee Lamb, he's gonna, CeeDee Lamb fantasy purposes, why the last game was pretty good, but a couple drops. You know that they're going to target him often and early in this game. CeeDee Lamb's going to score a touchdown. That is my lock of the day.
Lock it. You know what? I think you and I are going to have to do some collabs here before our noon
like that.
show.
Let's do it.
We're definitely going to, and even can maybe even give out some picks for you guys. But I hate to be a gatekeeper, Dom, but until I start to see a little bit of movement in the break room, gonna gatekeep that a little bit for myself. But yeah, I mean, you got the CeeDee Lamb as well. I mean, I'm shocked that you have not talked about your Jordan Love as of yet. I don't know if you're saving
Trying to be humble.
You're trying to be humble.
I'm trying to be humble.
Saving that for the end. But if I had to go with my personal favorite, man, I'm sorry, but you should have warned me to bring my sunglasses into the studio here today. That TJ Watt all gold visor. I mean, that thing is shiny. It's not in the Diamond Series, but it doesn't need to be. That thing is beautiful. Arguably the best defensive player in the world today in TJ Watt. I called him JJ yesterday. So I made that mistake. I'm definitely not going to make that again today. So, do you think I would live, Dom, if I accidentally confused TJ with JJ? Let's say if I met TJ Watt and I called him JJ and he tackled me as hard as he could.
Ooh.
Odds, if you were to place like a live betting odds on me breathing again, what would you place that at?
Well, you're a Sox fan. You've been through worse, so I think you'll be fine. You've been through worse.
True. This is very true.
All right. I saw Bob's got a comment. I refreshed it as soon as Bob put that comment. So can you read Bob's comment? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I refreshed the chat as soon as Bob put that comment. Trying to fix the YouTube.
I always love reading Bob's comments,
Yes.
man. Bob says that he had the third pick and he got Chase with the third pick. Bijan went number 1 and Derrick Henry. Well, he said Derrick number 2, so I would hope he's referring to Derrick Henry.
Is that your Bob's in a touchdown league?
My league is in year 42 touchdowns only. That is incredible.
It's a good pick to have. Jamar Chase, Mr. Triple Crown last season, led the NFL in receiving touchdowns. You want to add him to the collab? CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase. He didn't score last week too. I like to take the superstars when they didn't score.
To bounce back.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're not going to go 2 weeks without scoring.
I like to take. It depends. So for me, the hardest thing for me is trying to figure out, because we get spoiled with all of these boosts every Sunday. So I try to figure out. I came 5 yards away last week from hitting a 28-1. So I like to usually tease mine up to get like plus odds. So I'll do a 25-50. So I'll end up showing you what I do for that. So I'll take 25 yards on the ground, 50 through the air for 2 running backs and then 2 wide receivers. So
we have I would say a 5-leg touchdown parlay just screaming at us right now in this game day series. Jamar Chase,
love it.
Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, and Josh Allen. Sounds pretty good, right?
You know what? I think I might have to
yeah.
might have to take a trip down to the old FD store here. So
I mean, that sounds pretty good. I always ask my friends when I put these in, I'm like, who's gonna mess this up? I don't say mess up. I usually say something else. But who can mess that up? Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Allen.
And when these guys suit up and put their lives on the line every single Sunday, the only thing that's on their mind is how are they going to make Dom and Rob as much money as possible?
I think it's the opposite. I'm like, how can we sabotage Dom as much as possible?
What if I told you, this is kind of surprising to me, what if I told you that CeeDee Lamb is actually plus money today to score a touchdown?
Then let's take him for 2.
That's actually kind of surprising to me.
I think CeeDee, especially, he's one of the game's best wide receivers, top 5, maybe top 3. You know, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and you can argue who's that 3 wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb in 2023, when Dak and CeeDee Lamb were both 100% healthy, CeeDee Lamb might have been the best wide receiver in the NFL. So let's not forget about how good CeeDee Lamb is. He might be that 3rd best receiver. He's going to come out with a vengeance this game, because he knows he dropped a couple passes against Philly. And that's a big loss against Philly. It's week 1, Brian Schottenheimer's first game as a coach. You want to make a statement, especially against the defending champions on banner night.
Yeah.
So not to make fun of Bob's Giants, because anything can happen. But when you play a team who, not as good as the Eagles, so to say, you want to take advantage of that.
I think he's going to, to your point, Tom, I think he's going to lead the league in target share for sure this season. I mean, I know adding George Pickens, obviously you get a big name target opposite side of you, but this Dallas defense is gonna be doo-doo for most of the season. So didn't look like in week 1. Matt Eberflus is a name that's synonymous with the Chicago area over the last number of years, the Flues. He actually did a very good job in the second half, making adjustments to the run game for Philadelphia. Actually, was one of the few times I've seen Saquon Barkley in an Eagles jersey get limited to his standards on the ground. So, but for the most part, Dallas is going to be airing it out. Dak is going to throw over 5,000 yards this year, who, by the way, is also in the Jersey series as a headliner, as we got 5 spots left in there. But yeah, I think CeeDee Lamb is a top 3 wide receiver. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, all in that conversation. So,
yes, sir. What's up, Sean? Sean, I see your comments coming up on YouTube. Not coming up on our restream chat for some reason. I'm trying to fix that for you guys. We're having some issues with our chat to start this morning, but hopefully that, sometimes it works itself out. I have us streaming on all these ends. It says we're streaming on this part.
the stream's also trying to wake itself up. I unfortunately, like us, Dom, we cannot give the monitors and the technology coffee. That would not be a good idea. So it takes them a little bit while to get going too. So it's okay.
Maybe I should try that. pour it on here.
I'm sure.
Not the smartest idea. Don't worry.
Oh, I know Matt and Jeff would love that.
Yeah, don't worry, guys.
They would love that.
I'm a little smarter than that. Just a tad bit smarter than that. But what's up, Sean? How you doing? I want to do this game day series. I want to see the fantasy players who they put in the boxes. I'm interested to see.
Just taking a peek. I mean, if I had to just go based off of the photoed headliners that we have, so even the secondary headliners, I mean, you have some studs.
Yeah.
Offensively, you mentioned Nico Collins, Amari and Hampton, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Tyreek Hill. Jackson Smith-Njigba, man.
JSN is beast.
JSN is nasty. I saw a really good interview with him this morning. I was watching the Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry on the way in here today. And big JSN guy. So I think I might add him to a little TD late today. So, yeah, but some photo headliners, I'd probably say, man, Josh Allen would be nasty. If we put Josh Allen into a fantasy one, that would be... That would be spoiling somebody at home to win that. So.
And you get that multiplier. So let's see, how many points did Josh Allen have last week in fantasy?
I believe he had 39.
So 39. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So we'll take you to the multiplier right here. So let's say this lands on
oh my gosh.
5.
Yep.
So I got to calculate because I'm not this smart. 39 times 5, $195 gift card.
That plays.
That plays.
That definitely plays.
Indeed, right there. So there you go, guys. This multiplier is cool too.
Yeah, so not just the game day series, but also the college lottery as well. So we have 2, and even the depth chart that we still have. Do we still have the depth chart up and going?
It's sold out.
It's sold out. Okay,
Yes.
So the replacement being the game day. So very good. So we have 2 series going on, guys, where you can end up. Literally, it's the most bang for your buck series that you can get yourself into, and also 2 of the freshest series that we have available. Even the college lottery that started just a few days ago, we still have 23 boxes available for you guys. 14, count them, 1-4 photoed headliners, and then 2 secondary headliners in Mike Vick and Xavier Legette. So if you combine that together, you have a 16 and 23 chance of lining yourself a headliner. 16 compared to just 7 chances of not getting one. So the odds are most definitely in your favor there. And of course, I'm talking about this game day series. As of right now, we have 15 photoed headliners and then 5 secondary headliners, so a 20 and 30 chance. 20 chances that you can land a headliner, 10 chances that you do not. So we try to overload the odds for you guys to get into these breaks, and hopefully you do. Don't know why you wouldn't.
Alex just sent me pictures of his seats at the game right now.
Very cool.
There you go. He's at the Lions-Bears game.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Say nice. Good luck.
Ask him what his SGP is for today.
He has one.
Mm-hmm. Ask him to send that too. I'm such a fiend, Dom. I don't know. You and I know, unfortunately, we decide to donate our money to Jerry Reinsdorf from the White Sox. So
yes.
From time to time. So when we're at, I can't go a Sox game.
How else will they sign Andrew Benintendi? How else? How else? Come on, man. I gotta get that hot dog.
Oh man, shout out to Benny though. I can't believe I'm saying that, but shout out to Benny for the second half that he's had.
Plays hard.
He could fool me, but the second half offensively, he's actually been
he's respectable.
He's actually been really nice. But yeah, overall that contract in himself, if he went, I would not bat an eyelash. So
no. 5 to go in that jerseys. $29 a spot in the jerseys. That's still loaded. Dak Prescott, who's playing in just a few hours. Get that jersey before he throws 5-6 touchdown passes against the Giants. Earl Campbell, TJ Watt, Adrian Peterson, Patrick Willis, Kurt Warner, Jim Kelly. The Warner in the jerseys is a Rams greatest show on turf. So if you're a Cardinal fan, head to the vault. And if you're a Rams fan, hey, we got Kurt Warner in the jerseys, $29. If you're a Rams fan, go to the Diamonds too. Marshall Falk on the greatest show on turf, authentic. So Rob, this is our second show working together.
Yes, sir.
We got to get some flexes. Our first flex together was Kyle Pitts.
That's right. Yeah, we got the...
So we have to have our first headliner speed flex together. Maybe a Josh. That's a good one.
Make it a memorable one.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen would be great.
That's a pretty sweet one. How about a dual sign? Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
I mean, we're a team here, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to help us out, go with the Mayfield and Evans if you guys can get yourselves in there. Anytime that you can get more signatures on the helmet, it's going to be more value for you, whether it's added to your collection or it's added to your bank account if you find the right Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan in your life, especially current Buccaneers. And that's the biggest thing with a lot of these active players is that so many of them, especially in the game day specialty series that we have or the college lottery, that are active players are on very good teams. So, and very popular fan bases as well. So another guy that actually, as of getting a few moments ago, a Twitter notification that is active today, the second-year standout tight end in Brock Bowers, also available in that headline, photo headline series for the game day. Very, very cool. I'm big on, I don't know about you, Down, but I'm huge on collecting items and memorabilia as soon as possible. As soon as they hit the pros, particularly their rookie year, their second year, because if they end up reaching up to their potential as time goes on, it's only going to appreciate in value as time goes on. So it's usually what I like to do. So if you guys want to get yourselves into that, Bo Nix as well, second-year guy, 5-year college quarterback.
What's up, Chris Leon? How you doing? Sorry if I missed your guys' comments. They're not coming up on the restream, so I'm trying to go back and forth on each streaming service to see if I miss any comments. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? Sean says, I'll work in a few hours. Hey, we'll be back online in a few hours. I got you, Sean. I got you, buddy. Good luck at work. Hopefully this...
Yeah, I was going to say, outside of Bob's comments, I have not been able to see any comments.
I'm seeing some on YouTube pop up.
Okay.
So, I don't know why. It's giving me the 2 out of 2. But hopefully we get this fixed in a little bit. But guys, I'll do my best to see all your comments. If I missed any of your comments, I'm not ignoring you guys. Bring up the Twitch too so I can check that out just in case. See you guys on there. So what do you guys want to break first? I saw Chris Leon here in the break room. Chris, that game day series, brand new. Every box, every headliner live. And if you get a non-headliner, there'll be a fantasy football indicator. And then we'll spin the wheel, the multiplier wheel, and that'll determine your multiplier. And whatever your fantasy player points, how many he gets, we'll multiply by the multiplier. And it's a PPR, so chances of more points right there. It's our UA scoring method. But that is our brand new series, the game day, which is the Chase Wheel Spin as well. So you can win some money at the end of that break.
Yeah, Chase Wheel Spin, for those that are unfamiliar, always super fun to play in, man. So you just get yourself an opportunity to win yourself a gift card. So anytime that you can get yourself anything free in this life, I certainly take it. So that's a rule for myself I've always lived by. Everything feels better when it is free. And the best thing about winning a UA gift card, and for those regulars that are out there, this is obviously more appeasing to you, or for people that are even stopping by to just figure out what the UA break room is overall. If you do end up getting in that Chase Wheel Spin today, you can end up getting yourself a free break opportunity, a free entry into a break, which is what a lot of people usually end up doing with our UA gift cards, which is really cool. So, and as Dom mentioned, you also can enter yourself in the college lottery or the game day, where you can end up entering yourself for a chance for gift card opportunities as well. So the options are bountiful and plenty. It's just up to you guys to decide whether or not you want to take advantage of that. So
Got to be in it to win it. Got the college lottery, the game day series, chances to win some Speed Flex helmets, and chances to win some money back. Counting the board right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Speed Flexes in the lottery. 5 speed flexes in the game day, 2 speed flexes in the diamonds, 2 speed flexes in the vault. So we are very flex heavy in the break room this morning. But if you want to, if you're a newcomer to break room, you want a nice little starter break, the jerseys, a nice starter break, a great price point, only $29. Only $29. You can win yourself a Hall of Fame custom jersey. Jim Kelly, Kurt Warner, Patrick Willis, Adrian Peterson, TJ Watt, a future Hall of Famer. We'll see about Dak Prescott. Earl Campbell, Joe Theismann, Thurman Thomas, custom jerseys, a couple MVPs in there as well. We have 5 spots to go in that jersey break. So we got people who are ready to party for some jerseys.
Speaking of Joe Theismann, we've gone officially a week since our last Joe Theismann story. So
We've gone 1 week since our last Joe Theismann story.
I've already forgot any possible Joe Theismann stories that have been told to me recently. So if you guys want to make sure that I don't develop Joe Theismann dementia, please, please try to get into something with our man Joe Theismann, which he is available in the college reps. So the college reps, something that you can win by through the college lottery series, correct?
Yes, sir.
That you can enter. So we actually have.
Well, no, the college reps. Oh, sorry. Well, you can win reps in that college lottery series because it is a mixer.
Correct.
But the college reps, the personal, that's a whole different tab.
And personals, correct?
Yes, the personal, the transfer portal, yes.
Yeah, the transfer portals ones that we have,
That's
and we have some college legends in there to say the least. We had a couple of those go off the board yesterday, which are really nice in the personals. Those exact ones. Let me see here.
See one headliner. I think it's the first one. Actually, that's a good segue for setting me up for that, guys. Actually, for the NFL personals, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan and you're looking to win a Thurman Thomas helmet here in the break room, corner our board. We have 1 box left in this NFL personals first down, and our last box is Thurman Thomas. So if you're a Buffalo Bill fan and you've never won a Thurman Thomas signed piece of memorabilia, get this personal. It's the MVP, the Thurminator, Thurman Thomas. Drop this in the chat for any Bills fan watching right now, or anyone who's just looking for a Hall of Famer to add to their collection, a former MVP. And here's that college series that you were talking about. And it looks like Tyreek Hill was the headliner pulled, Rob.
Yep.
So Dwight Freeney, Vince Young, Drake London on that USC. Warren Moon, AJ Green, Colston Loveland, LaShawn McCoy, I like that Pitt helmet. Tim Brown, former Heisman winner. Michael Vick on the Virginia Tech. Johnny Manziel, another Heisman winner. Joe Theismann. There's Thurman Thomas again on the college lid. Hines Ward and Jamal Charles. So there's that college series, guys. I'll drop the links for our personals.
Love the Drake London, USC. Very, very nice. I know you're high on those Atlanta Falcons, and should have a big Sunday night performance. The Sunday night primetime game against JJ McCarthy.
Ricky, the show started about an hour ago, my friend. The breaks happen once they sell out. So I know you got a spot in the game day double. 7 spots to go. So once this break is sold out, that's when the break happens. So the 9 a.m. show did start, my friend. It did start. And thank you for joining us, by the way. You started the party, got the first order, and we appreciate that. But we need 7 spots to go. You're more than welcome to buy more than 1 spot. Up your chances of winning. You buy multiple spots in the double, then you don't have to worry about getting the same division. So if you want to take home the Josh Allen and the Jonathan Taylor, get 2 spots in that double, get the AFC South and the AFC East, then you have a chance. If you have 1 spot, you could still win multiple helmets in a double, but you have to get the same division. So, for example, the Bo Nix and the Brock Bowers in the AFC West, you could take those home. Terry McLaurin and CeeDee Lamb, TJ Watt and Jamar Chase, you could take home. We have Josh Allen and secondary headliner Tyreek Hill. This is an authentic or better series, guys. So I usually say the diamonds are the best bang for your buck in the break room. But right now, the game day series, that's the best bang for your buck. 115, you get yourself a Josh Allen speed flex in the single. You want to get in the double, win 2 items with 1 spot, 230. Or get in that quad, which Brian started the party. You can win 4 items with 1 spot. You're like, Dom, come on, that's not possible. We've seen it in this break room before. One spot, take home 4 items in that quad box break. And if you're looking, maybe if you're just looking for that Josh Allen and you get that AFC East, it gives you 4 chances of winning that Josh Allen. Win yourself a Speed Flex helmet for a fraction of the cost. And why stop at 1? Get in the double, get in the quad. Win yourself multiple for a fraction of the cost. Sorry, guys. Is the Game Day Authentic Helmet Series. And don't forget, this series includes 10 boxes that include fantasy players. If you win a helmet with a fantasy player indicator, then you'll get a wheel spin to determine your point multiplier. It's 1 through 5. At the end of week 2, you will receive a gift card based on the amount of fantasy points your player scored and your multiplier, guys. So, for example, if you get a player and he gets 20 points and your multiplier lands on 5, $100 gift card right there. If he gets 10 points and it lands on 4, $40 gift card. We'll do the box, we'll get the indicator, and then we'll spin the wheel so you know what your indicator is, so you can watch the game and you can root for your player and you'll know what your gift card is. That is after week 2, though, guys. So I'm guessing Tuesday we'll give out the gift card. So get your gift card. It'd be cool to see what fantasy players we have in there. I like when we have these cool series we can interact with our fans, like the Pick'em series, the Fantasy series. I like this a lot. Really cool. Kind of have this for the NBA as well, the 3-point series with the gift card. So it gives you an extra thing to root for today. We got to close that out. 7 to go in the quad, 7 to go in the double. Who do we have in the chat? You guys are out there. If you're watching, make some noise. If we have any newcomers in the chat, and you guys don't have any questions, but you're just looking for your favorite teams here in the break room, put that in there. I'll let you know where they're hiding out. If I don't see them on the headliner list, I can tell you where your favorite team might be hiding out in the and more section and whom on your favorite team might be hiding out in the and more section. You know, if you're a 49er fan, we can have names like Frank Gore, Navarro Bowman, Ricky Pearsall hiding out in the and more section. You won't see Joe Montana or Steve Young, but you'll see some great 49ers. I know Patrick Willis is a headliner in the jerseys, but he might be a and more section in the Diamonds or the Game Day series or the College series. That's how loaded those series are. So if you're looking for your favorite team, just let me know. I can guide you to the series that has your favorite squad. But what do you guys want to do? We're 5 to go on a jersey. That's our closest break right now. And that jersey series is still loaded. 5 to go on a mini, so we're both tied for the minis and the jerseys. 5 boxes left. And we have a Justin Jefferson, a Rondé Barber. I know with 5 boxes, you get Jay Jettas. It's an automatic double box break, so maybe we have an NFC North in the and more section that pairs with the Justin Jefferson. Tell you what, I see this name a lot in the and more section of the minis. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
So you get Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, get that wide receiver room. If you're a Minnesota Viking fan, you get 2 wide receivers for $52 in that mini. Or maybe there would be a Chicago Bear, Detroit Lion, or Green Bay Packer hiding out. Same with Rondé Barber. There might be an NFC South player hiding out here in the minis that you could double up with that Rondé Barber. It's an automatic double box break, only $52. And I like the minis, Rob, because, you know, my room, I told you, I got a tiny bedroom. I can't make a lot of space. The minis, I can fit the minis in my room. You don't have to make too much space. So very, very cool. Get the Jay Jettas.
They can fit on any shelf, any desk, any nice little decal for your office if you want to do that as well for work.
Yeah, if you have an office job and you trust your coworkers, bring your autographed mini, have it on your desk. You'd be the coolest guy in your office. Like, damn, that dude has a Justin Jefferson mini. And if you have a coworker, we might take that, but hopefully not.
We're encouraged to have helmets on our desk, no matter how big or small the size is. And if they mysteriously go missing somewhere, then you yourself in your employment is also going to mysteriously go somewhere as well. So that is not encouraged to do here. But yeah, just talking about doubling up in those minis, Dom. We also see in the and more section, your boy Matthew Golden. I've seen Jamison Williams in the NFC North. So just going with the NFC North theme, some of the and more guys that I have seen pulled. So it's a very realistic possibility. So doubling up, or as something that I was alluding to earlier with the first buy-in that we had of our morning show today, in Brian Ulmer getting involved in the quad box in the game days. So I'm always just big on the doubles and the quads, just because I like if you have the money that you are willing to, participate in a break room, such as this, then I highly recommend just going all out and just increasing your chances. Going into the double box break, into the quad box break, it's just more opportunities. You see more things open. And on top of that, if you do want to participate and possibly see that if you're a regular, maybe there's something in a particular series that you're hoping pops up. Like if you're looking for a new set of college players in our college game day series, well, the quicker that we end up getting breaks out of that, the quicker that ends up getting refreshed. And we could get some new names in there. So the faster that we move in here, the better. So
yes, sir.
And right on cue. Let's see what we got
Cell
here.
block B, Bob. That's my cell block. That's where my room is at. What's up, Derek? How you doing? Good luck to your Lions today. Derek, a big-time Detroit Lion fan. If you're a Lion fan, that college series absolutely loaded right now with Aiden Hutchinson and Calvin Johnson speed flexes.
What's going on, Derek? Hope you're having a good Sunday morning, my man. Go Lions. I'm completely impartial to that game, by the way. I just like teasing Bears fans as much as possible. I have so many Bears fans in my life. I know you do as well.
Yep.
But
you got Karen. Thank you, Karen, again in the minis.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now down to 4 spots in the minis.
4 spots to go. We got 5 boxes left, guys. 2 headliners, Justin Jefferson and Rondé Barber. Jay Jettas. Let's do the gritty this morning. You'll see him tonight against the Atlanta Falcons. We have Drake London in the college rep series on the USC. Former Falcon Julio Jones in the Diamonds and the Vault. So Falcon fans, I'm excited to watch that game tonight. J.J. McCarthy versus Michael Penix, 2 young quarterbacks. We saw Penix a little bit last year for 3 games. We didn't see J.J. at all last year. Got to see J.J. for the first time on Monday night.
Yep.
The NFC Player of the Week, J.J. McCarthy.
Just as we all expected.
Just had a child, too. So I don't know how much sleep he got this week, J.J. McCarthy. So that's why I like the Falcons, see?
Literally on and off the field, all the guys doing is winning. So, speaking of that Sunday night game, so something that Chinmay and I started, maybe you and I can do it as well. So I can never help myself when it comes to making enough picks down, but I actually took the Falcons tonight as one of my 3 spread picks. So Chinmay and I every Saturday are going to be a little back and forth competition. So he narrowly edged me out 2-1 in week 1 for spread. So I got Atlanta +3. I took the Cardinals in their home opener, shocker, against the Panthers at -6.5. And then I ended up squeaking in New England at +1.5 on the road.
Oh,
Down in Hard Rock. So I think there's a very realistic chance that's a 3-0 sweep across the board.
I'm going to pick 5 with my friends. There's 40 of us. And at the end, it's like a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
And there's a nice prize at the end. So whoever has the most points. And one of my picks is I have the Patriots and Falcons. I had the Packers on Thursday. So nice start to the pick 5. The Patriots and the Falcons. I'm at the point now where I'm just going to bet against the Dolphins until they prove me otherwise.
I mean, when you look as bad as they did, I mean, it was pretty bad. They got harpooned all over the field, especially by what's not going to be a very dynastic Indy offense. Like, I give Shane Steichen all the credit in the world, man. He is a offensive genius with the very limited resources he has had at his disposal. But, like, I don't think Danny Dimes is going to be, their franchise quarterback going forward. So they're going to have to rely heavy on that offensive line in the run game. But, I think this New England offense, I think they have a really good chance, Dom, to finally get a jump start. They were hoping to do that their home opener. The vibes were very high. They drafted very well this past season on paper. They brought in some toys for Drake May to play with in his second season, but I think they only put up 13 points up on the board in week 1.
I think it was 2013 final.
Yeah, so I mean they're looking to get kickstarted. I wouldn't be surprised if New England flirts with anywhere between 27 to 30 points down in South Beach in a little under 2 hours.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Derek. Derek's a Lion fan, so I get it. Derek says, Dom, I hope the Packers quarterback trying to win a Super Bowl at 27 years old gets broke this year. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you. Speaking of that, hey, Derek, he just setting me up. See, he's good. Packers quarterback in the game day series, Jordan Love with that helmet that he wore on Thursday, the winter warning Green Bay Packer helmets. There's J Love.
You mean the guy that I got at 32-1 for MVP that's now 9-1?
I said
in current MVP.
I said this entire summer that Jordan Love is an MVP candidate. Everyone laughed at me. Not the chat. The chat didn't laugh at me. Everyone that was working here with me, they would, Packer fan. I'm like, no, I didn't say that last year he was going to win MVP. I'm saying this year he's going to win MVP.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm a realistic fan here. I'm not going to say my team's going to win the Super Bowl if they're not going to win the Super Bowl. This year I think they have a legit shot with Michael Parsons. Jordan Love, He's a legit shot at winning MVP. His odds, now he's the third highest odds in the NFL.
Dom, you have what I call realistic bias, which means that
Yes.
you stay in the realm of reality for your team where it's like, it's not like the Nick Wrights of the world last year where it's like undefeated season. We're in a league of our
No,
own.
13-4.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Nick Wright is an unapologetic diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan, and rightfully so. But you got to be in the realm of reality with your team. It's okay to be optimistic, but once you start saying some pretty outlandish things until they come true, people are going to be side-eyeing you a bit. But the one thing I do know, Dom, is that the football and sports knowledge from our viewers are second to none. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. So in my short time here, I've had a lot of really good interactions in the chat. So Derek chipping back into the chat again.
Star, Favre, Rodgers all did it at 27. Love turns 27 this year. I mean,
That's a really good point.
get this helmet before he wins that Super Bowl. The value only going to go up.
I mean, the overall core of his team, the other 52 guys around him. Look, he's got one of the winningest head. This is crazy to say. One of the winningest, if not the winningest head coach in NFL history without a
win
Super Bowl.
percentage-wise, yep.
And Matt LaFleur, incredibly underrated. I feel like what he's been able to do is just consistently churn out double-digit win seasons since he took over at the helm. He really helped revitalize Aaron Rodgers at the tail end of his career, winning back-to-back MVPs, which he doesn't get a lot of credit for. When people thought that Rodgers was, really out of his prime at that point. And then you look at the defense. Green Bay is going to be a top 5 defensive team if they stay healthy this year for a unit. Their wide receiver room is deep despite losing Jaden Reed. Their offensive line is a question. Zach Tom's been, has got to get back out on the field. But overall, I think that Green Bay is the deepest team in the NFC, not named Philadelphia. So they got a really good chance of bringing a championship back to Titletown.
That's why I took this shift, because I knew you were going to talk good about Green Bay. I was like, all right, I'll do this.
I'm just realistic, man. Look, as much as I want to, everything I just said, I would love to replace the noun with Packers with Cardinals. I'd love to do that. I really, really would. But I'm just realistic, man. Like, look for me. Like, for my team, I'm hoping that we're 9-8, or at best case scenario 10-7, and we can end up sneaking into the playoffs. But I'm trying to be realistic there. But then again, injuries really impact everything in the NFL. So who knows?
I love your Jordan Love MVP bet. There's only one problem.
too.
There's one roadblock. It's this guy right here,
Kyler
Josh freaking Allen.
Yeah, that's it.
The MVP, the current MVP right now, and if you watched him last week, that a comeback against the Baltimore Ravens, down 15 in the fourth quarter,
Oh my gosh.
he's the front runner to be MVP again, and I can't argue that. Josh Allen, you get this for 115 in a single. Josh Allen Speed Flex for 115. I love it has like the old school vibes of that red Bills helmet on here. That is sick, man.
Yeah, I have a fondness for red visors. I know that Common's a big blue visor guy. What is your thing? You are you the chrome guy or the anti-chrome guy?
See,
for your helmets.
Kamo will say I'm the anti-chrome guy, and that's not true. That is not true. All right.
I
I
just
like
wanna
the chrome
confirm that
helmet.
rumor.
I said we were ranking helmets one day, and I ranked the ripped helmet like this Josh Allen helmet above a chrome helmet, and he was like, "Oh, you just don't like chrome helmets." I go, "No, we got awesome helmets. I got to put one over the other. Sorry, I just put a ripped helmet over the chrome. That ripped helmet that I put over the chrome looks like this Josh Allen. I really like this one. If we pull the Josh Allen." That's the hit of the show. I don't know if what can compete with that. Maybe one in a college
I was
series.
very worried to see how you were going to follow up with that. You're like, I don't know, I don't know what we would do if Josh Allen was pulled out there, but I might have to, we might have to get like a folding table in here and join Bill's Mafia. Go from the top platform here and dolphin dive right into a folding table. I hope you guys at home are understanding that reference because Bill's Mafia is filled with a bunch of lunatics.
Tables. Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, a bunch of lovable lunatics in Bill's Mafia. So very, very cool.
Hey, if you really liking this Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex, and usually when you have a helmet on the table, that means that helmet's been pulled. Good news. This Patrick Mahomes, not pulled yet, is the giveaway at the end of the college lottery. If you win a non-headliner in the college lottery, you automatically get a spot for the top spot draw at the end of the series for this Patrick Mahomes. And then you win a gift card. We'll spin the hopper, and we'll get the ball. We have the totals right here. We have a $250 gift card, a $200 gift card, $150. Looks like you guys did the $350. Was that yesterday you guys did the $350?
Yeah, Mr. Ricky Johns.
Ricky Johns. There you go.
Yeah, I did one.
I heard you got it on one.
I did get it on one. Both times. Both of those that are off of there are from me.
Show off.
So, yeah, I mean.
Show off.
It's the luck of the Irish in me, man. It's the luck of the Irish.
This guy, he's showing off. Usually takes me a couple couple. I would say couple, more than a couple rounds to get it going.
I was told.
Usually, I got to swear at it for a little bit. I'm like, come on now, come on.
Yeah,
You know?
I was told by by Mr. Jeff August himself.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And then sometimes I have to forget to close the thing too. But if you guys want to see me make an ass out of myself with the hopper, close out that college lottery,
Yeah.
win yourself a gift card, and get a good laugh. There you go.
Speaking of closing things out, looking to get down to that magic number of 3 in either the Jersey or Wildcat mini series that we have available. We are down to 4 in each of those. So if we get that down to 3, we will most definitely break one of, and if not, hopefully both of those.
Yes.
During the show.
Derek, you're not questioning why the national champions are ranked number 1 right now. They just beat Texas 2 weeks ago, so I think that's why they're number 1. I know Derek's a big-time Michigan fan. Ohio State, they deserve to be number 1 right now in the country.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I know they only beat Ohio by 28. If they wanted to beat them by 56, they would have beat them by 56 if they really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Got some college in the room. Derek, we got Michigan on that college lottery. The Lions and the Michigan Wolverines. If I'm I have to assume, and I know what happens when you assume, but I have to assume there's a lot of Detroit Lions and Michigan Wolverine fans out there, right?
Yeah.
That's the perfect helmet for them. Aiden Hutchinson, a Michigan man and a Detroit Lion, all in one. That's such a sick lid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anything can top that Josh Allen. That's my favorite lid in that college series. I'll bring that up right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have a ton of speed flexes, man, and I know that you guys at home love to take a look at the speed flexes, especially in the college lottery series. Between the Lewis, the Allen, the Trevor Lawrence, the Bo Jackson, the Justin Herbert, Calvin Johnson, Bruce Smith, all still available for speed flexes, and of course, as you mentioned, the Aiden Hutchinson right there on screen. Derek, I know you got to be drilling at home over them, my man. So that is that's a beauty to behold, and that is 139 just to get yourself a chance to enter that single box
That's it?
break. Yeah,
That's it? 139? And you have a chance to win this?
that's it. Yep, that's all.
Sounds pretty damn good to me. Get your spot. All it takes. One spot here in the break room.
I know that Friday is payday for most folks, so it's just 2 days ago. So unless you guys had a long Saturday night, no reason why you guys can't hop into the break room to start off our Sunday morning here. And, especially for the morning shows. I was talking about this yesterday when I was hosting, Dom, for the 9 a.m. that we had yesterday morning. There's no better way to wake up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and get yourself into a break room and get yourself a win to start off your weekend morning. So before you can even have your first cup of coffee, you can get yourself into a break and win something. So.
Absolutely. I want to do one of these game day series. Here it is right here. I want to see the fantasy players in these boxes. Every box, every headliner, still available. It's a fresh new series. Josh Allen Speed Flex. If you're a Buffalo Bill fan and you don't have any Josh Allen memorabilia, it could be yours for only $115 in a game day single. If you want to take Josh Allen home and another item of one spot, get in that double, get in the quad. If you want to see that break happen as soon as possible, get in the double and the quad because those already have spots bought into. But this is a fresh new series just for you guys on this game day Sunday. All the headliners are available. All the boxes are available. And let's not forget, the series includes 10 boxes that include fantasy players. If you win a helmet with a fantasy player indicator, then you'll get a wheel spin to determine your point multiplier. It's 1 through 5. And at the end of week 2, you'll receive a gift card with the amount of fantasy points your player scored and your multiplier.
That's just an awesome opportunity there, man. I mean, just look at all the big names, Dom, that can score you some big-time fantasy points. And the fact that it is full PPR is even more enticing.
That's right.
I mean, that's just more points for every possible opportunity for everybody in this box right here. So, let's just stick with the photoed headliners here. I'm just asking you in your professional fantasy football opinion, Dom, out of all the photoed headliners, who do you think is going to have the biggest week in fantasy?
Probably this guy right here. Josh Allen's out.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Cotton were talking about it in the break room, the snack room, I guess we should call it, because a couple break rooms here.
Yeah.
But I'll say playing Josh Allen's like playing Peyton Manning the year with the Broncos where he threw the 55 touchdown passes. You just knew every week you're like, oh, I'm going to be down by 25 or at least 30 if you're playing against them. You just have to factor in that you're going to be down 30 points because he's a freaking beast, Josh Allen. The game last season where he had a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown, an absolute freaking cheat code. Josh Allen, one of my favorite players in the league because he reminds me of Brett Favre in a fullback's body. And he plays backyard football, which, I just love. There he is, the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, talked about how much I love the red visor there on that Josh Allen as well too. So you really can't beat that. The number one fantasy quarterback last year is probably going to do the same thing again this year.
How about you? Who do you got in the series?
Very good question, man. So I mean, I could take the easy route and say, hey, well, there's two guys for the price of one. You know, if you're a big Bucks fan, maybe you ended up doubling down with the Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans. That's hard to turn down two guys there, but. I'm going to go with my number one fantasy pick that I had in my own league that I have in Ja'Marr Chase. So the consensus number one fantasy pick, unless your name's Bob Boulay. Now, like that's a bad thing, Bob. Totally respect your pick.
It's a great pick by Bob at 3.
Yeah, Bob picked Chase at 3, but in your league, Bijan won number 1, I believe he said earlier. But bounce back game for sure for Ja'Marr. I think he only had 5 fantasy points in week 1. And when you have such an elite receiver and such an elite connection like he has with Joe Burrow dating back to his days at LSU, which keep in mind, we do have an LSU photo headliner in the college
Jay Jettas
lottery in Justin Jefferson. So make sure to check that out as well. But for Ja'Marr overall, playing Jacksonville today, not really a very positive defense, especially. That should be a high-scoring game, one of the highest projected totals for both teams. Coming up on the 12 o'clock slate in about an hour and a half. So I expect him to get into the end zone for the first time this year.
Maybe the first career touchdown for a player that we have in 2 series. I'll go to his college lid first. Mr. Heisman, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
We have his authentic in the college, along with that Justin Jefferson that you were talking about, along with Josh Allen on that Wyoming. If you're a Josh Allen fan, get the Wyoming Speed Flex and get the Bill Speed Flex. You get where it started and where it's at right now. And then, in 20 years when we're still alive, get the Josh Allen Hall of Fame Speed Flex.
Yeah.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
So make sure you come back here in 20 years. We're on all day, every day, so we'll still be on. Maybe me and you will be doing the show.
We could be, yeah.
Hey, if we break nonstop during this show, maybe we just break 20 years nonstop. Like an episode of The Twilight Zone. Good problem to have.
Yeah, just keep going, and the White Sox will still be at the bottom of the AL Central. And so
probably right.
I'll be sitting here and just talking about old war stories about the how we could have had a chance in the 2021 ALDS. If we actually were able to pitch and living up in the 2005 World Series. By that point, we'll be 50 years old, and so nice old war stories there. So we're about close to 30 minutes or so before we are, anywhere close to getting off air. It's something that Dom and I do not want to do, but that is all going to be dependent on you guys at home for getting into some of these break spots. So I mentioned it not too long ago, Dom, but if we can squeak down to the lucky number 3 spot here in either the minis or the jerseys, and we actually just got refreshed on the jerseys not too long ago, so we still have a good amount of photoed headliners still available there. So they've been going fast like hotcakes, though. So they've been going really, really fast, but still have some good ones available.
I love the McDonald's hotcakes. Now,
oh my God.
Jim Kelly, Kurt Warner, Patrick Willis, Adrian Peterson, T.J. Watt, Dak Prescott, Earl Campbell, secondary headliners Joe Theismann and Thurman Thomas. You were right. This series is pretty loaded right now and only $29 a spot. If I'm a Cowboy fan watching, I know there's always at least one Cowboy fan watching. Get your quarterback one, Dak Prescott. I'm a Dak Prescott fan. I know there's a lot of Dak haters out there. Most of them were Cowboy fans after the Cowboys lose. I thought Dak played well last Thursday. They did not lose that game because of Dak. They lost that game because Miles Sanders, fumbled in the red zone. CeeDee Lamb did not have his best game. Expect a bounce-back game for one of the best wide receivers in the game, CeeDee Lamb, who's in the Game Day Series and in the Diamonds authentic helmets. Get Dak Prescott and his wide receiver one, CeeDee Lamb. Jerry didn't want to pay Micah. He wanted to pay Dak and CD, though. And I don't blame him.
And then he made Tyler Smith yesterday the highest paid guard in NFL history.
Yeah, Jerry's paying everyone now. They played Deron Bland a couple weeks ago. He's just paying everybody.
It definitely feels like something personal for Micah there. So
jerseys are 4 to go. The minis are also 4 to go. 5 boxes left. 2 headliners, Justin Jefferson and Rondé Barber. It is an automatic double box break. You have a chance to win 2 mini helmets with 1 spot. If we have an NFC North in the Ann Moore section, that pairs with the Jay Jettas. If we have an NFC South in the Ann Moore section, that pairs with the Rondé Barber. 2 headliners, 5 boxes. Let's get it done. And have a brand new mini series in the break room today.
We are now down to 2 spots left in the jerseys.
2 spots left in the jersey. So that's going to happen for show during this show. Let's close out those jerseys. Let's close out those minis. Let's get some spots in the breaks. If you're thinking about getting some breaks that are 7 spots ago, 6 spots ago, and you're like, I don't want to get in these breaks because it's going to take a while for it to close out. You never lose your spot here in the break room. So if you buy a spot in a break and we do not close out that break during this show and we sign off, you just get transferred over to the next show. The next show being the 12 p.m. Central Time show. So you never lose your spot. And if you can't watch, let's say, I'm going to the game or I want to watch my game. You don't have to be present to win in the break room. Just have your order number come in at any time whenever you're available. And whoever's here producing, it might be Rob, it might be me, could be Steven later, and say, hey, here's my order number. Can you please let me know the result of that break? We'll let you know the result, or if that break even happened or not.
Yep.
And if the break did happen, we'll give you the time frame of the break so you can check that out for yourself. And we see it all the time here in the break when people are like, wait a minute, I won? They get excited. That could be you. But I always say, you don't want to miss your break. You want to see it live. Your team's playing in the Super Bowl. You don't want to, do something else and just record the game and watch it, at home when you get home. No, you want to watch that game live.
No, I would definitely not advise that. There's no better time than the present.
That's right.
So, and if you're not first, then you are last. I like the Super Bowl analogy. That's really good. I bring it to a more realistic and realism thing. Now, the thing is, I feel for some gentlemen out there because I've seen this far too many times in my life where, you're in a social setting and it's like, man, we can all see who the prettiest girl in the room is, but everybody's getting cold feet. Nobody wants to go up and talk to her for one reason or another.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you think that she's out of your league or, maybe it's because, you have an upset stomach or whatever the case might be. You're making up.
Tummy hurts.
You see it all the time. It's really a damn shame, Dom. But, you can't have that type of approach once you get in here because the person that goes up and talks to that pretty girl first is the one that always ends up victorious. So you got to have the same type of mentality here in the break room. First one in, you possibly could be the first one out. And something we see a lot, and, I've seen this so many times in my brief time here in the UA break room, but we see a lot of closer magic quite a bit. So I know that we just had Samantha get the Jersey series down to 2 spots left.
What's up, Samantha?
If somebody ends up coming in, what's going on, Samantha? If we end up getting somebody that pops in for those last 2 Jersey spots, you would be the closer, and you never know. Could get some of that Jersey magic. I saw it yesterday. One of our photoed headliners in Jackson Smith and Jigba went yesterday in the jerseys with a little bit of closer magic. So
what's up, Samantha? How you doing? We got Samantha. We got Nicole. It's ladies' night here in the break room.
Yeah.
The ladies are showing up the guys right now. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the guys, I guess, had a pretty late night last night, maybe watching the Canelo and Alvarez fight going on. So they're off to a slow start on their Sunday mornings, but that is their loss. Welcome in, ladies. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning with Dom and I.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's that Josh Allen speed flex that we have in that game day series. But we are now 2 spots ago in the jerseys, $29 a spot. That is definitely going to happen this show. Let's close out the jerseys. Let's close out the minis. Let's get some spots in the game day series, guys. Every box, every headliner is available in the game day. And plenty of headliners still left in this pigskin jersey series. Jim Kelly, Kurt Warner, Patrick Willis, Adrian Peterson, TJ Watt, Dak Prescott, Earl Campbell, Joe Theismann, and Thurman Thomas. And I forgot to mention this because we're talking about fantasy football so much. Dak Prescott is the UA fantasy quarterback on the Ultimate Autographs fantasy team.
He is. Yeah, so we have for those that are unaware, we do have our own Ultimate Autographs Fantasy Football League, which we actually play against you guys, the fans.
Right.
I was lucky enough to, during my training, I did not. I floated in a couple picks. I think that was us, right?
That was us,
for
yep.
you, me, and Common were all on. So I was nice enough to float in a couple picks there. So I know we had a very definitive win in week 1, and we had some down weeks too, and we won definitively. So Brian Thomas Jr. and was it Jamar Chase or Tyreek Hill? It was Tyreek Hill and Brian Thomas Jr. had some pretty down weeks for us, but overall we kicked some serious customer butt in week 1.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, thanks to him. I know he had that fumble, but that's only 2 points in fantasy going. Still 29 points for Derrick Henry.
The ageless wonder.
You played fantasy football back in the day when Earl Campbell was a pro, especially his rookie, especially his first 3 years in the league. Earl Campbell set the league by storm. I don't know, was a fantasy football thing when Earl Campbell was
Might have to ask Bob Boulay. He says he's been doing it for 40. This is his 43rd year.
43rd, so that's what, 81? Earl Campbell was Earl Campbell.
82 possibly? Yeah, it'd be 82, I think.
What's up, Charles? How you doing? Happy Sunday, Charles. Good luck to your Atlanta Falcons today, my friend.
Yeah, good luck to your Falcons tonight. So I got some points. Got some points on your boys tonight. So hopefully we're flying high
78
on this
Earl
Sunday.
Campbell's rookie year.
78.
Yes.
Wow.
But I'm sure 81, he probably was one top picks in the draft.
I would
That
imagine.
was coming back from 1980, had 1,900 yards and 13 touchdowns. So come that 1981 fantasy draft, I'm sure Earl Campbell was, one of the first picks you thought of.
At the top of the board, and I don't know if they had draft boards in 1980. Maybe at the top of the parchment, top of the scripture, top of the testament, whenever they were using to draft.
That's the,
back in.
the old notebook in the pad and paper days.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, imagine still using that thing in 2025.
1981.
So I can't read my own handwriting.
Rookie, the MVP was Ken Anderson, former quarterback for the Bengals.
Yeah, Ken Anderson.
Tony
Wow.
Dorsett.
Who we pulled in the secondary headliners.
Who, yeah, it might be in the and more section, Tony Dorsett.
Yeah,
The Diamonds,
pulled
maybe
it out
the
of the
game day
vault.
series, possibly the college lottery. Looking at Lawrence Taylor, Defensive Player of the Year. There you go.
Yeah, that's something that I like to do. Not as much for football, but I'm going to start doing it a little bit more and more, but primarily for baseball and basketball. I like to go back and look at the reference pages for certain seasons,
I
certain
love that,
years.
yeah.
It's just such a nice thing to do. If you're some people are highlights guys, some people are stats guys that you like to just go back. I'm a huge Sporkle guy. So I like to just, keep the mind nimble in my free time and just, educate myself a little bit. Oh, I'll be like, oh, really? That's crazy. I forgot that, Ken Anderson won MVP.
You
And
do the grid, Immaculate Grid.
I did when it was really popular, but I kind of fizzled out a little bit. Those are really fun.
Yeah.
But then, you try to think of the most obscure names as possible
That's
so
the
you
goal.
can get those.
That's the goal.
Yeah, so those are always really fun. For me, I like being put on a timer. It's like, okay, here we go. Get as many names, teams, whatever as possible.
Right.
So, and just rally through those. So,
My buddies are always like,
too competitive.
White Sox, Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr. I'm like, nah, come on, dude. Do like David Ardzma or something like that. Like try to get like the most.
Hit me with some Miguel Olivo.
Exactly. Freddie Garcia trade. Heck yeah.
Freddie Garcia trade. Yeah, very good.
I liked Miguel Olivo when he was on the Sox. He had nice potential. Ended up, good trade for the Sox. But
If we're talking about the 05 Sox here, which I mean, I don't know how this would possibly happen, but get a little Carl Everett in there. Throw a little.
does not believe in dinosaurs.
No. So no, him and Kyrie Irving have that in common. So, but he saved our 05 season, man.
Yeah.
Frank was really hurt throughout almost that whole season.
We got him again. I know he was on our team in 04, and then he left the Sox, and then it was the second stint. We had to just require him. He's like, you know what? Let's get this guy again. So Frank got hurt. People forget that Frank Thomas was not on that team.
Yeah, and that's the it's going to be interesting since we are just a few weeks away from starting postseason baseball. Something that our Sox will not be participating in for quite some time, it looks like. But the one thing about that 05 team, I'm just going to say this really quick, just about. Because the trade deadline across all sports, baseball more than any other sport is tracked more in terms of deadline action.
Yeah, of course.
And it's emphasized more than any other sport. But, I've seen most recently, especially with that 05 team, just improving on the margins because teams are always, do we give up our top tier prospects? How much do we want to gatekeep, for some of those guys? Is this team good enough to just get through October with the team that we have going forward? The Sox were a perfect example of that, man. They dominated the regular season, won wire to wire, one of 7 teams in MLB history to do so. They acquired Jeff Blum, a career utility infielder, obviously, for those that are aware of White Sox lore, had a big home run in Game 3 of that 05 World Series.
You stayed up to watch it.
Stayed up to watch it. I was kicking and screaming my 6-year-old self, so staying up to watch that. But the point is that sometimes just improving on the margins is all you need to do.
That's all you didn't need to do.
So you guys can improve your life on the margins as well by getting yourself into that jersey or that mini series, as I mentioned not too long ago, Dom. So we were down to 2 in the jersey series. So
Two spots left.
let's get that thing closed.
2 spots left. We have 2-time MVP Kurt Warner still out there. Jim Kelly, Patrick Willis, Adrian Peterson, TJ Watt, Dak Prescott, Earl Campbell, and a couple MVPs there. Joe Theismann and Thurman Thomas, secondary headliners, the Terminator. Get those spots, close it out. Let's do this break. Let's do the minis. Let's chip away on some other breaks. Guys have any questions? Feel free to ask. That's what we're here for. I think our chat, let's see, I believe our restream might be working right now. Let's test it out. Let's see if it goes through. Come on now. Pop up there.
It usually takes a second, but this is too many seconds.
So maybe a little delay here. Maybe I'm just rushing it. Okay.
You trying to? Were you dropping a link to the jerseys?
No, I was putting a chat in the YouTube, see if it popped up.
Okay,
there,
okay,
But
gotcha.
I guess not. It says we're 3 for 3.
I'm gonna drop a link.
First time.
I'm gonna drop a link to the jerseys really quick, just to see if that goes through on this end over here. So maybe that could be a little different. So let me see here.
I'll drop a link as well because I know that sometimes on that and they don't get on Facebook.
And then it's going to just overflow this chat with links. It's gonna go in all at once.
All right. It says, "Oops, something went wrong."
Yeah, it said, please to activate chat. Please enable channels here. That's very odd. It's my first time seeing that.
Now we're getting nothing. It says we're streaming on all platforms when I go to here. Maybe it's just
see. Wow, unable to do that. It's very weird.
Why have us popping up on here? All right, we'll do the best that we can. We'll keep tabs on YouTube and Twitch for some for the comments, guys. All right, so I'll keep tabs on the YouTube and the Twitch for some comments. Sorry about that. Our chat's giving us some issues. They're not popping up. They're popping up here and there. I see them like sporadically popping up. But hey, we'll get through it. So 2 spots to go in that college series, guys. I will have to get this going before we have to do that break so we get the box numbers.
Yeah, let's close out those jerseys, guys. Getting very close to that. So